for 15 minutes starting right now. Hey, what's up? I'm Preston. Let's get right into some stretching. So glad you can join me today. Stretching and mobility, 15 minutes. We start with the child's pose. Knees wider than the hips. Shift your weight back towards your heels. Reach the arms forward. Knees wider than your torso, so your torso can fall to the mat. Reach your 10 fingers nice and wide. Maybe walk your hands over to one side. And then walk your hands over to the other side. And then back to center. Center. So glad you could join me today. We are outside on this beautiful day. We do each stretch for about a minute. So I hope you can really get into them. Cat and cow. We start from all fours. Neutral spine. We'll start with a cat. Push the mat away. Round the back. Really round the back. Maybe shift your weight back towards your heels. Then come back to all fours. Drop the stomach. Arch the back. Look up. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Again, we push the mat away for the cat. Round the back. Maybe shift the weight back towards the heels. Arch the back, look up. Go at your own pace. Do go slowly, whatever that means to you. Really feel each movement, each muscle. Take note of where you're feeling tension. Take note of where you're feeling good, maybe more flexible than usual. All right, supine hamstring stretch. That's where we lie on our back and we stretch out our hamstrings. So lie on down. Raise one leg up to the sky, other leg nice and long or bent, whatever works for you. Grab somewhere along the back of your right leg. Try and straighten your leg as much as possible and give it a gentle pull towards your nose. Maybe do little pulses, maybe grab in different areas. You could also curl your head, neck, and shoulders up a little bit. Let's switch legs. I got carried away there. I apologize. Switch legs, give the other leg a stretch. Nice work. Seated spinal twist. Let's come to a seated position. Right foot outside of the left knee. Right hand or left hand grabs the right knee as we twist over, looking over the right shoulder. Seated spinal twist. All right, and then let's switch that. Left knee over right. Right arm grabs the left knee. Gentle twist over to the left, looking over that left shoulder. You should feel a nice stretch through your hip, through your piriformis, through your glutes. One side might be tighter than the other. Nice work. Knee to chest stretch. Let's lie on down. You could extend one leg out long, bring the other knee into your chest, and just kind of roll it around, stir it around. Nice big circles one direction, and then maybe switch that to the other direction. Nice work. Extend that leg out long. Bring the other knee into your chest. Nice big circles, one direction. And then let's reverse that other direction. Nice work. All right, reclined butterfly. So from lying down, bring the soles of your feet together. Lower back into the mat. So you don't want to arch. You want to press your pelvis down. Use your abs. Let your knees just fall open. You can also gently add some tension by just placing your hands on your inner thighs, maybe gently pulling down. Not much though. And you should feel a nice stretch through your inner thighs, through your hips. Soles of the feet together here. Hands can really do whatever they want, whatever feels comfortable for you. It is a beautiful, absolutely beautiful day in New York City today. Mid-50s. Not a cloud in the sky. Low UV index. Supine figure 4. So lying down. Right ankle crosses over left knee. Pull your left thigh in. Gently rock side to side. Figure 4 stretch. Another great stretch for the glute, for the hip, for the piriformis, for that right hamstring. Then let's switch legs. So left ankle over right thigh this time. And gently rock that shape side to side. Nice and easy for this routine. Three, 2, 1. All right, bridge. This is kind of a strengthening and a stretching move, so bring your heels closer to your butt. Push your pelvis down, then lift through your core by pushing through your heels, squeezing your butt. Nice bridge stretch. You could support your lower back as well with your hands if you'd like, maybe to give you a little bit more lift. And then lower down vertebrae by vertebrae. Your knees are slightly less wide than your hips. And just lower and lift your hips. Nice, slow, and controlled. Each vertebrae touching and leaving the mat. Exhale on the way up. Push. Use your abs to push your hips forward. Inhale on the way down. Nice work. All right, pelvic tilt. This is a small micro movement of the pelvis. So from this position here with your knees bent, feet flat on the floor, press your lower back into the mat, then tilt your pelvis forward so your lower back comes off the mat just an inch or two. Then flatten your lower back by tilting your pelvis the other direction. So we're just doing tiny little pelvic tilts, using the pelvic floor, using the core to press into the mat, and then rotate off of the mat. Small, tiny movement. Go at your own pace. I'll leave my hands up here just so you can see my pelvis kind of come off the mat and then press in. Nice work. All right, lying side stretch. So let's do this by really reaching nice and long. Arms over the head, reaching nice and long. Take one hand, grab the other, pull over to one side. You should feel a nice stretch through the side body. You could also move your feet over to that direction too, so you're kind of creating like a banana shape. And then let's switch. Opposite hand grabs the opposite wrist, and then pull and stretch over to the other side. Nice work. All right, let's do a spinal roll-out. We'll do that by sitting up, creating feet on the mat, creating a C shape with our spine. We're going to roll down, tucking our pelvis. You might hit your cliff here and fall back, but try and roll as slow as possible. If you need to kind of roll up quickly, that's fine. Just find slowness behind or in one of the movements, either up or down. You can use the hands behind the legs to slowly lower yourself down. And then when your head touches, slowly, if you can, roll yourself up. I cannot do that because I have poor core strength. All right, we'll do a hip opener pulse. So it's kind of like the seated butterfly, where we have our hips open, our feet together, and we're just going to pulse our hips slowly off the mat. Let me move my mic cord out of the way a little bit. So hands down by your side. Your hips just come a couple of inches off of the mat. Keeping the hips open, pulsing the pelvis up to the sky. Just small little pulses. You can also keep your legs hip distance apart and just curl your tailbone under and pulse your pelvis up. Just small little motions here. So either legs open, that reclined butterfly, or legs closer together, feet on the mat. All right, nice work. All right, reclined chest opener. So you can keep your feet on the mat, knees bent. Let's bring our arms out to cactus above our head and really open up the chest here. Pull down the back, opening up the chest, and then pulling back up. You might feel a specific spot that's tight. You can keep your palms or your arms really just hovering centimeters off the mat. You can lift your chest up to the sky when you squeeze together to open the chest. You're arching your lower back to kind of help with that chest coming off the mat, and then raising your hands and arms up. So you should feel a nice stretch through your pecs, through your chest, opening up. You could also do the seated or against a wall. All right. We will move our pelvis around in a clockwise fashion. So lift your pelvis, your hips just an inch or two off the mat, and circle your hips around. Small little clockwise movements. And then about in 5 seconds, we'll reverse that. So my hips are barely moving. All right, let's reverse the circle, other direction. Counterclockwise pelvic movement. Nice. All right, lying windshield wipers. Bring your arms out to a T or a cactus position, whatever feels better for you. Bring your legs to tabletop, and then let your knees fall to one side. Windshield wiper over to one side. Let your knees drop. Try and get your knees as close to your armpits as possible while keeping that opposite shoulder on the mat. Then bring it up and over nice and slowly to the other side. Drop those knees. Go at your own pace here. Slow and controlled. Trying to keep that opposite shoulder on the mat. That one's hard for me. One side for me is much tighter than the other. So it's hard for me to keep specifically my right shoulder on the mat as I twist over to the left. And well, that is it. That was 15 minutes of stretching. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you feel a little bit more limber, some muscle tension gone. If you like the video, please subscribe. We are live every weekday where we do a different style of exercise. Have a great rest of the day, and I hope to see you soon.